So I finished Mahavihara Monastery Complex. Now I'm going to go to the next monastery complex, which is Thuparama. Let's go there and see what we can see there. So this stupa was built by enshrining the right collarbone of Buddha. So that resides inside the relic chamber of the stupa. So people have huge respect towards the stupa, and they worship this with very high regard. So this is the entrance to the Thuparama. Here we see one of the oldest forms of guard stones here, and Thuparama is supposed to be the oldest historical stupa built in Sri Lanka. Uh, Although there are other legendary stupas that they say were built before Thuparama at the time of the Buddha, there is no historical evidence or written evidence about those stupas, but this is clearly written that this stupa was built in the 3rd century BC, and this is recognized as the first stupa of Sri Lanka. Here we see the entrance to the stupa, a complete ancient entrance, but this was a bit later, some parts quite recently. So it contains the guard stones and the balustrades and the decorated flights of steps. So this is a very small stupa compared to the other stupas, because in the earliest days uh, they were not thinking of building it so big. So they say this stupa was built using the sand they got from the Abhayava lake. So here we see some of the oldest pillars that have been used in building the stupa. These are like more than 2200 years old, and this stupa would have had a circular relic chamber with a roof. So these pillars are to support that roof covering the stupa. So this structure we see here is the image house of the monastery. So this is one of the main parts of a monastery or a temple. One is the stupa, which contains the bodily relics. Then this image house, which contains the commemorative relics, and the Bodhi tree, which is the associated relic. In addition to this, in a monastery there are monks' residences and other required structures, but the main three places are those. So these are some parts of structures that they have uncovered. So this structure was identified as where the Bodhi tree was in the Thuparama monastery, but it's no longer standing. And here to the entrance to the Bodhi tree, we see the earliest forms of guard stones. So the ones who are in these guard stones are called Sankanidhi and Padmanidhi. They are kind of mythical gods that we identify in our literature. And this must have been the balustrade that was standing there. So it's just not fixed still. We see the space here. Inside the circle would have been the Bodhi tree, and there are stone slabs which are used to offer flowers to the Bodhi tree. And usually there are four Buddha statues, seated Buddha statues facing the four directions in some instances in a Bodhi tree. So these are some of the parts of pillars that they have found inside these premises. So now I came to the hospital complex of Thuparama. Here we see the cells where monks were residing and taking medicine. And So this is one of the equipments that they were using for treatment of the patients. This is called the medicinal trough. Usually a person gets into this medicinal trough, and it is filled with oil, and the treatment is done. So here we see the head is at an elevated level than the other parts of the body, where through the nose these oils would not go inside the body. And this is ergonomically designed. We see here the feet is here, and your body would go down a bit here. So this is a ergonomically designed seat for the treatment of the patients. And some lobby area and other halls that are used for the hospital here. So this building is believed to be the main building of the Thuparama complex, believed to be the chapter house, and where the monks meet and do their meetings and other disciplinary actions and other kind of things. Here we see beautifully decorated uh, guard stones, and the moonstone here is bit improved than the one we saw earlier. You can see there are 3 layers in a half circle shape. So in the guard stone, the prince with the full pot and the lotus stick is there. So this is the full pot, the lotus stem. Then you have this mythical gods, Sanka and the Padma here, the small figures that we see here. And also there's a figure of elephant in this guard stone. This denotes that this is the eastern direction, because the animal related to the east is the elephant. And the name of this person who's in the balustrade is Durutarada. He is the guardian deity for the east direction. So because of the elephant is there in the guard stone, we can say this the figure is Durutarada. Other 3 figures are the other 3 gods that are uh, the deities for the other 3 directions. So thought of spending a little time in this ruins of Thuparama complex. Not so still. It's not that hot still, mainly because there are trees all around and there's a good wind blowing around. I'm sure you can hear the sound of the awesome breeze that is blowing. Extremely windy out here, almost my hat just flip off. So I'm coming near another set of structures here. Let's see what they are. So this building is a judicial hall, and there's a nice balustrade there with a design that is different from other places that we see, and nice moonstone as well, and the decorated flight of steps. And this must be the place where the judge was residing. This building, so this building still not identified as what it is, but could be a monk's quarters. Here there's a half circular moonstone, and there's nothing around it, but in the middle the lotus, fully bloomed lotus flower is there. So here we have a pathway that are laid with bricks, and this structure is identified as the entrance to the monastic complex, and it's quite an entrance. You have to get up. Maybe this was a gatehouse, and you have to get down again. It's quite a long hall we have here. And this building here is identified as a two-story building. Exact purpose is not exactly identified. This could be kind of place where either the monks were having a sauna bath, and there's a stone bridge also connecting these two buildings. So I finished my whole tour around this Thuparama Monastic complex, and then the next stop is going to be the Devanampiyatissa complex. So again, I was feeling this dust, but this panikaju ice cream to eat. Panikaju is honey and cashew ice cream. So you can see the honey here, as well as small pieces of cashew nuts. So earlier they used to have this small spoons for eating these ice creams and yogurts. Now they are giving this wooden kind of stick. It's a bit hard to eat, but part of the Going Green initiative, I guess. But this thing whole plastic stick.